Uy, mukhang meron pa sabog si ITEL. Sobrang murang phone with a really smooth experience. And this is the all-new na ITEL A200. Ang presyo nitong phone na ito is jaw-dropping and it has a really good design and a really good experience at this price point. Want to know more? Huwag kayo alis after this quick intro. Na makita naman natin na very simple ang box ng A200 ni ITEL, just like the usual ITEL na phones. Nakasulat dito, meron siya military standard 810H, smooth experience, and meron siyang memory na 3+5 gigs and 128 gigs of storage. Kung gusto mong basahin to, just pause it na lang. A200. Buksan natin. Ibang unboxing experience nito. So, alam naman natin pag budget phone, no? Ibang pag-open, pa-side, and woo! Mamaya ko napakita sa inyo display ng phone. Yan, A200. There's quite a number of colors na meron. So, I have here is the color orange. Yung very attractive na color orange na everybody loves. So, actually, 5 colors ang meron niya. Meron siya blue, silver, green, white, and orange. Here are the other stuff inside. Meron siyang 10 watts na charging brick, A to C cable, SIM injector tool, licensed by Qualcomm kahit Unisoc siya. Hindi ko pa rin siya magets until now. Meron siyang warranty card ni ITEL and yung kanyang jelly case. Uy, kahit mura, may jelly case pa. Meron pa nakasulat dito, designed by ITEL. Hope nakita nyo. Not bad. And pilasin ko muna to. O, diba? So, alam ko, interested kayo sa kanyang design. Eto na. Mukhang, you guessed it right. Mukha siyang 17 Pro Max. More of mukha siyang Honor 600, no? So, you're getting a price ng isang phone na worth around mga kulang-kulang 30 mil at a price below 5,000 pesos. And by the way guys, itong A200 ni ITEL na may 8+5 gigs of RAM and 120 gigs of storage is priced at 4,799 pesos. At that price point, you get a phone that looks like the Honor 600 or siguro kung gusto mo medyo upgraded ang iyong feel, it feels like the iPhone 17 Pro Max, pwede na. Actually, pag tinignan mo mabuti, no, mas kopya pa nga niya ito kaysa si Honor 600. Parang lahat ng phone ito ang design ngayon. Pansin nyo. Now guys, kung gusto nyo malaman kung saan ito pwede mabili, I'll pop the link on the description box below or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para ma-redirect kayo at mabili nito ng official, hindi kayo mai-scam. Plus, pag ginamit mo ang aking YouTube shopping link, you probably might get some vouchers na limited dito sa ating channel. From me to you. So, konting ingat lang sa mga scammers. Na pag tinignan naman natin design nito is obviously a knockoff ng iPhone 17 Pro Max. Ang dami nilang nagkopyahan. So probably I wouldn't mention all of them. Probably alam nyo na rin. And this is probably one of the most popular design right now. Makita mo kanyang camera bump, looks almost the same. And ang likod niya is matte finish, so wala kang makitang fingerprints. Plastic side frames and plastic back. And it got a generous na 6.75-inch na display. Except nandyan pa rin ang kanyang teardrop notch and it's already 2026. But I ain't complaining kasi budget phone eh. Medyo mahirap makakita ng phone at this price point na may ganitong itsura. Normally you see this at the higher price range like mga above 10,000 pesos. And probably this is one of the first, no, below 5,000 pesos na may iPhone-ish 17 Pro Max design. Well, that's as far as I know. Now if you want to check the complete spec sheet ng ITEL A200, eto na, pakita ko sa inyo. Now, one of the most important thing pag bumibili ka ng phone is dapat smooth and experience. And yeah, you get it straight here sa ITEL A200 dahil smooth naman ang aking experience. Well, I would say that probably thanks to its 120Hz screen refresh rate, it gives you a good swiping experience naman dito sa kanyang home screen. Pag gumagawa ka ng mga multitasking dito on this phone, masasabi ko sa inyo na, well, kaya naman na mag-perform. Though I would say na physical RAM na 3 gigs is medyo bitin para sa akin, pero meron naman siyang 5 gigs na virtual memory, which makes it 8, diba? 3 plus 5, 8, do the math. Now, I've been using this phone for roughly more than a week already and tinest ko naman siya pagdating sa multitasking, wala naman siya naging problema. As long as basic tasks ang mga ginagawa mo dito, like opening PDF, doing some Word document, opening your social media, taking some notes, taking some phone calls, doing some text messaging, Messenger, Viber, wala kang maging problema dito. Now, personally, I would say na if you're opening mga 3 apps, 4 apps, medyo okay pa. Pero as long as you're opening too many apps na hindi mo pinapatay mga iba, doon mo mafe-feel na medyo mas magiging sluggish na siya. Of course, just to set your expectation, di ba? Probably excited na kayo na sabihin ko kung ano nga bang processor ang meron dito. This one comes together with a Unisoc na T7250. I know that this is very budget-friendly na chip and it's present sa mga budget devices ni Xiaomi like si Redmi A5, si Redmi A7 Pro, which is more expensive than this one. And honestly, not bad naman ang score na binigay sa akin. I was able to get a 375,000 points dito sa Antutu Benchmark version 11, which I would say na, not bad. Now, if you want to see the other benchmark na ginawa natin dito sa phone na ito na, share ko sa inyo. Now, the next most important thing para sa akin sa isang smartphone is definitely ang battery. Meron siyang 5,000 mAh na industry standard na battery, and it also comes together with a 10 watts na charger. Though this one supports a 15 watts na charging capability, so I would suggest na siguro if you have yung mga charger mo from other phones or mga binili mong charger from Anker, Ugreen, pwede mong gamitin dito. It can support up to 15 watts na fast charging. Dahil 3 beses ko binasa tong charger niya, dalagang 10 watts lang dalaga siya. Kahit balik ta rin ko pa. Sana ginawa man lang 15 watts, no? Na overall naman experience ko dito sa phone na ito, if you're using it daily, normally, kaya naman magtagal more than a day. Basta you're doing all of your normal tasks lang naman, walang problema naman yung kanyang battery, kaya naman lang tumagal. Kahit ginamit ko siya as a tethering device, walang problema. Nakasakap naman tayo ng magandang signal from Smart Globe, and dito, tinether ko naman siya to my other devices. Ginamit ko lang siya parang pocket wifi. And tumagal naman kanyang battery, which is good. Kung gusto nyo malaman naman ng kanyang screen on time na ginawa natin sa PC Mark, 14 hours and 33 minutes, which is not bad. Napag-usapan natin ang kanyang display. This one has a generous 6.75-inch na IPS LCD display, 120Hz screen refresh rate, and meron siyang 500 nits na maximum brightness, which tinest ko naman under the direct sunlight. Okay lang naman, though there are times na medyo hirap pag sobrang liwanag yung araw, pero well, of course, maglilim ka lang ng konti, mababasa mo naman everything on your screen. Now, chinek ko naman ang kanyang spec sheet. Wala siyang sinabi kung anong klaseng protection ng kanyang screen, pero this one is a guarantee na IP65 dust water resistant. Meron din siyang military grade na durability, and it is proven na drop resistant siya. Pero I don't recommend na i-torture test nyo, ha? Remember, water damage and physical damage, void ang iyong warranty. Now, kamusta naman experience ko dito while browsing on social media? Honestly, okay naman. Wala akong naging problema naman siya browsing through all of the different platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, okay naman. As long as you're browsing naman and you're loading yung mga shorts and reels, wala akong naging problema sa kanya. Basta meron kang magandang stable internet connection, that shouldn't be a problem. Pero ang guarantee naman dito, your swiping experience is good. That is probably one of the most important thing naman para sa akin. Now, if you're watching naman sa YouTube, mga basketball game, you can watch as high as 720p dahil yun ang kanyang limitation. Pero I would say na it doesn't stop you from enjoying dito sa phone na ito. Okay naman kanyang display, malaki naman, and you'll definitely enjoy naman sa mga content na pinapanood mo dito. Now, itong phone na ito only has one loud firing speaker, which happens to be dito on top. Wala sa ilalim, no? Sa ilalim, there's one audio jack, which you can use your favorite wired headphones in case na mahilig ka pa rin sa mga wired headphones. So right now, quick sound check lang tayo. Test lang natin kanyang sounds. Uy, honestly para sa sound niya, sound quality niya, not bad for its price point. For me, it's above average sa aking tenga. There are other phones na single loud firing speaker, medyo mahina, pero not on this one. Medyo above average siya para sa akin. And best of all, hindi siya tunog lata pag sinagad mo. Now, I did try 2 games dito on this phone para masabi naman natin kung playable ba siya o hindi, and I was able to play Call of Duty Mobile and Mobile Legends. Pagdating kay Call of Duty Mobile, sinet ko siya sa high frame rates, and well, medyo nagsuffer ang kanyang gameplay, so mafe-feel mo there's quite some lags along the way, and I would say na hindi siya ganun ka-smooth ang experience. Now, I did try to lower it down yung kanyang frame rates and put into low graphical settings. Medyo mas gumanda konti ang aking experience. Overall, the gameplay was just okay. It's playable, pero hindi mo masyado siya may enjoy dahil sa mga lags. Mabilis naman kanyang touch response, walang problema. Medyo mas maging problema yung mga lags niya. Yung sound is just okay. Probably I would say na gamitin mo favorite headphones mo or TWS. And umabot ako ng 38 degrees Celsius after 30 minutes of gameplay. Pagdating sa Mobile Legends, medyo mas gumanda ang aking experience. Overall, I would say na pretty smooth naman. There are some inevitable na frame drops along the way or lags. Lalo pa nagka-clash ka, doon mo mafe-feel na, uy, medyo naglalag nga talaga yung gameplay ko. Pero overall, I would say na it's more playable than CODM. So most likely, si Honor of Kings, si PUBG, mas malalaro mo na mabuti dito on this phone rather than CODM. Huwag na natin pag-usapan mga AAA games, okay? Touch response is no problem. And pinakamanini na na-achieve ko dito is 37 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Now, quickly, pag-usapan na natin kanyang camera. It has a 13 MP na main camera sensor and the other one is a infrared sensor. Kala mo ultra-wide lens, no? It can shoot you up to a surprising 2K and 30, and ang kanyang front-facing camera is 5 MP which can shoot you up to 1080p and 30 FPS. So, kamusta naman mga shots na nakuha natin on outdoor? Honestly, sa mga outdoor shot, basta maganda yung mga lighting, okay naman siya. You won't be getting any problem naman on outdoor shot. And some shot like this one, masasabi ko siya, pretty nice and decent naman ang mga outdoor shot. And the green dito is medyo natural naman para sa akin. So, medyo mas marami ako nakuha mga indoor shot while I was traveling. And this is probably one of my favorite shot na nakuha natin dito on this phone. Masasabi ko sa inyo na yung with its lighting, ang ganda ng pagka-capture dito sa kanya. Good, cinematic ang kanyang feel, itong shot na ito, as well as this one. Maganda rin ang capture ko rin dito sa kanya. Na kung mahilig ka naman sa food photography, masasabi ko sa inyo no, na not bad yung mga shots na nakuha ko dito for food. And surprisingly, mabilis naman siya mag-snap no, ng mga food na ito. And I would say na approve, except na medyo mas darker siya ng konti dahil siguro sa lighting no ng restaurant. Pero overall, you were able to take some shots like this one at this price point. For me, it's pretty not bad already. Now, if you're trying to take some flower shots sa loob ng mall, okay din. Not bad. Pero hindi lang siya super sharp tingnan. Pero for me, overall, yung kanyang picture quality is not bad. Pati dito sa shot na ito, no, I was expecting na medyo baka mag color spill siya. Pero, not bad itong shot na ito. Kahit this shot sa outdoor na talagang madilim na at around mga 8 or 9 PM na, ganda pa rin, no? Tingnan nyo guys. Now, if you're trying to take some action figure shot, okay naman siya. For me, not bad din naman mga shots na ito. Pati mga plush toy dito na na-capture natin is looking good. Probably the only thing na masasabi ko sa inyo is pagdating sa night mode, dito siya medyo mag-underperform. That's inevitable talaga. Now, if you're trying yung kanyang front-facing camera, I would say average, nothing really special about it. Pero it will be able to take you some decent shot naman kahit pa paano na pwede mo pang post sa FB, IG, okay naman siya. And surprisingly, this shot is not bad kahit nasa indoor ako. Basta meron kang magandang lighting on indoor, you'll still be able to get some nice and decent shot. Now, here's a quick video from the front-facing camera. If you're using the front-facing camera, right now I'm shooting at 1080p and 30 FPS. Medyo kahapon na and medyo makulimlim and medyo umaambon ng konti. But I think the quality is not bad for its price point. And here's a quick video from the rear camera. The ITEL A200 can shoot you at a higher resolution at 2K and 30. Though medyo shaky siya konti. As expected, wala naman tong stabilization. Pero overall, kahit medyo gloomy konti ang weather, the quality of the video I think is not so bad. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa ITEL A200? First of all, yung kanyang presyo is very pocket friendly. Below 5,000 pesos na pwede mo ma-score ng 4,799 and probably you might get it even cheaper if you use yung aking YouTube shopping link para to get more voucher and get a bigger discount for this phone from me to you. It's a special collaboration between me and YouTube. And honestly, below 5K, hindi mo makikita tong design na to na mukhang iPhone 17 Pro Max, mukhang Honor 600. It's really a rare one and probably the one and only at this price point. Lalo na tong color orange na ito, no? Talagang sobrang trendy siya right now. Probably everyone wants a piece of this color. Kung talagang really tight on the budget ka, you get a really good smooth experience dito sa phone na ito. Lalo kung casual user ka lang and hindi ka naman heavy user, I think itong phone na ito is simply just fit for you. Tinry ko naman gamitin mga apps like Grab and Lala Move. I think wala akong naging problema dito, pati Waze. So navigation dito is solid. Therefore, kahit mga riders, pwede nyo i-consider itong phone na ito. Overall, itong ITEL A200, I would say na it's a budget-friendly phone, pero yung kanyang looks hindi mukhang chipipay. So, are you interested to buy the ITEL A200? Let me know in the comments. Kung gusto nyo malaman kung saan nyo pwede mabili, I'll pop the link on the description or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para ma-redirect kayo to official store ng ITEL. And of course, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so don't miss out mga videos natin just like this one, si ITEL A200. So paano guys, hanggang dito muna ako and I'll see you on my next video. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel
don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.